Everybody to Spirit Hunters Paranormal 911. We are here at Oaklawn Cemetery, or Oakwood Cemetery, here in Corsicana, Texas. This cemetery is the oldest cemetery here, and it dates back into the early 1800s. It's a very large cemetery. I don't know exactly how many acres are here. We kind of did a drive through, and it goes way back up in there. There's a lot of graves in this cemetery. We're pretty much, I believe, in the older section, some of the earlier graves. We're going to kind of walk around through here, see some unique and kind of awesome looking headstones, and it's real quiet here. All you can hear is the birds chirping. So we're going to kind of walk through here and see what we can see.
How do I pause it again? I forgot how to pause it.
Well, I'm not sure what happened here. Got back to the house and downloaded it. Got the video part, but I don't have any audio. Has some technical difficulties. So I'll just narrate over what happened that day at that visit and what we experienced. Now, we are here at this cemetery, and as I said in my intro, that it's a very, very large cemetery, and I mean, it goes way back in, dating back into the early 1800s. I don't know who the first grave that's in there. I do know it has a lot of military from dating back into the Civil War time until, more recent. It was a pretty nice day here, very, very quiet because it was early in the morning, so there wasn't hardly any traffic out or people out. Very quiet. This little spot right here, it was like I heard a voice saying something. It wasn't very loud, couldn't make out what it was saying. It sounded almost like a lady's voice. Some of these monuments are really unique. This one right here, I believe it might be the biggest one in here, not sure. This cemetery, you could probably spend all day walking through it and still not cover the whole cemetery. So I'll probably do another episode, if not more, going to different areas of the cemetery. About the only noise we're really hearing out here were birds. So if we did pick up on any voices, it would be fairly easy. So, we were staying pretty much as quiet as we could be, listening to see what we could hear. Now, I did read somewhere along the line that one of the governors of Texas was also buried in this cemetery. I'm not quite sure where. So possibly in one of our trips here we'll be able to come across that. I don't know who it is or where they are buried. I do have my two grandsons with me today. Usually my oldest one, Braxton, he goes with me on a lot of these. And even when we go to do some paranormal investigations, seeing if we can, make communication with the spirits that are there. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. It's like the spirits, they just communicate with you or do things when they feel like it. We don't have no choice in that. but it is kind of awesome when we do catch something on video. And I do apologize for the camera kind of rocking back and forth, but kind of hard walking and trying to keep the camera steady. I need to get me one of those little shoulder uh, handles for my camera and maybe support it a little bit better. That's kind of a unique monument there. This little section right here, I don't know if it's the oldest one in here. I do know that they date back as far as being buried into the late 1800s. Now I will be coming back to this area again a little later. We did do a spirit box here. We used two different cameras. The one camera is I have set up stationary. I did get the audio part in it, which is the one we used in the entry part of the video, and also when we did the spirit box section here. So the audio on it worked. It just, this camera, for some reason, just wasn't getting any audio. Not quite sure what the problem was, but we will try to get that corrected out and for our next video. I do believe in all the videos I've done, this is the first time I've narrated over the video. This is one of the historical markers that are in here, and if I remember right, it had to do with a Confederate soldier, and there was something about air balloons, which that was kind of new to me, new knowledge that I learned, that they actually had air balloons back during the Civil War. That was something I did not know. But there are several historical markers throughout the grave, throughout this cemetery. We didn't get a chance to look at all of them, but we kind of looked over a few in the area that we were in. This one here is the one that was on the Civil War soldier that had to deal or to do with the air balloon. As you can see, it's got like an air balloon at the top of the memorial marker, and it gives a little information on him. I try to leave my camera pointed at these memorial markers, giving the viewers the opportunity, if they want to, they can read them to see what information is there. I may talk a little bit about it, maybe pull out a few little keynotes that I see on the sign as I'm there, but try not to spend a lot of time just reading over every marker, that's there. Don't know if I mentioned in describing what happened with our video that this is the first time that I'm actually going over one of our videos and narrating over it, so hopefully this is working and you're able to hear me describing on what's going on. I can tell you that during our walkthrough of this cemetery. Like just earlier, I heard a voice. I did hear a few here and there. Wasn't able to make them out, and of course, we wasn't able to catch it on camera because our audio wasn't working. You know, possibly it may have been there, but we'll never know because we wasn't able to hear it. And there was one point where, kind of out of the corner of my eye, as we were looking through the cemetery, I thought I saw kind of a white shadow figure move off in the distance. I kind of paid a little attention to that little area for a little bit of time to see if I would see it again, but unfortunately didn't. But as you can see as we're walking through, there's several different styles of headstones. You know, some of them are just pretty much common like you see just about every cemetery. I'm kind of intrigued on a lot of the bigger ones and the ones that are kind of a unique style to them. Of course, had my youngest grandson with me, August, and I let him go when we just kind of go visit a cemetery, kind of doing a historical video, learning about the cemetery, you know, how far back it dates, if there's um, any burials in there, people that were, I guess, somewhat famous or have some kind of history to this community. This one here was pretty tall. Did come across uh, one headstone. If I recall, it was kind of a statue of either a religious figure or an angel or something like that, but did notice that the head was missing off the statue. And of course, I had to joke around a little bit with my youngest grandson. You know, mentioned that, oh, look at this one, you know, the head's missing off of it. I told him, I said, well, it's probably just rolling around through the cemetery trying to find its way back. And of course, throughout the video, he kept looking around, seeing if he could see it rolling around somewhere. Of course, you may have seen him in some of our other videos where we go to some of the cemeteries to pay our respects and put flowers on some of the graves, flags on some of the military graves, and you know, we'll leave like a gemstone at some of the children's graves. You know, he likes doing that, and he does come up with some of the funniest and the cutest little sayings now and then. You know, kind of makes me laugh, so kind of enjoy that. I believe it was back down through in that way somewhere where I thought I saw like a white figure move from the right to the left. It was way, way back down in there, so, you know, I don't know actually what it was I was seeing. I do know there's a road that goes across back there, but I don't think it was a vehicle that I saw. You know, it may have been, but I don't think it was. This is a very beautiful cemetery. It's nice and peaceful, like I said. And I do know they have hours of when it's open. It closes, I believe it was said it would close at 7 o'clock. And it would be nice if I could get permission to come into this cemetery after hours or during the night. Because it does look like there could be some spirit activity that would happen here at this cemetery. I just kind of get that feeling as I was walking around that there was a presence around us that felt like we were being watched or followed. And I get that in a lot of the cemeteries we go to, but there are some that you just go in there and you just don't get nothing, don't have any feelings or sense any kind of energy around you. That statue there was really unique to me. It almost looks like a Woodsman of the World statue. It's kind of like a tree, but it has like an anchor on it. So I don't know if that person was in the military, maybe been in the Navy, not quite sure. I couldn't find a whole lot of information on that statue, that would state that he was in the service, or if it was a Woodsman of the World. But seeing that type of headstone in the shape of a tree is usually a Woodsman of the World. But you never see like an anchor or anything on it. You may see like an axe, something to do with one that's got, there's little August that's with me. He's checking it out himself, trying to see if he can see any writing on it. Oh, he found something. Let's go back here and see what he found. Well, it tells just basically it was a brother in memory of my brother. Gives the birth date and the year he died, but it doesn't give any information on, like I say, whether he was in the service or Woodsman of the World. So, not real sure. Kind of strange watching this video and not having any audio in it. It kind of reminds me way back in the earlier days, which when I was growing up, we did see a lot of movies that did not have any audio in it. It was kind of like a silent picture. Some of those back in that day were kind of unique, but with the way they were made, the action and everything, you could pretty much figure out what was going on. We're back to this one area where it was earlier, the place I said we're going to do a spirit box, and that's what we're getting ready to do. And of course, this one, the camera we used, the audio on it was working. Alright, we're going to do a little spirit box session here since my grandson decided after I talked for 5 minutes that it wasn't even turned on.
You just started talking. I was like, I'm just going to wait until you're done and see how long it takes you to realize.
All over again.
See how long it takes you to realize.
We're doing a little spirit box section here at an older section of the cemetery. These headstones, they date back into the early or late 1800s, early 1900s. We're going to see if possibly we can't get some kind of communication here. Any spirits that are here with us, that see us here, my name is Tim. I have Braxton and August with me. We're kind of doing a video here, which I hope is okay. Trying to give a little bit of history on this cemetery, looking at some of the older graves, seeing if possibly we might be able to communicate with some of the ones that are buried here. We're not here to disrespect you in any way. We mean you no harm. We're here paying our...
What?
Voice. We're here paying our respects. The equipment we use, you're probably not familiar with. Of course, you probably didn't have anything like this back in those days, but the equipment we use will not harm you in any way. It just enables us to be able to document on whether we're being able to communicate with you in some way or another. The spirit box I have in my hand here will enable you to speak through it to where we can hear your voice. So if there are any spirits that would be willing to come and speak with us, please do so. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about what your life was like back in your days. Give us a little history on this cemetery. I'm going to turn it on now, and feel free to speak. Tell us anything you want.
Trash.
Hello? Are there any spirits here that would like to communicate with us? If you don't want to talk with us, I understand. That's perfectly fine. Perhaps you can do something else. Where's that K2 meter?
Right here.
Bring it over here. Lean it up against that headstone right there. Yeah. Here. There's a little meter that August kept here on the ground. Possibly you can go over and touch it, make it light up. It'll let us know that you are here with us.
Dang. That was something.
I'm hearing a lot of voices come through on the spirit box. Can you use your energy and speak with us? Are there any spirits here that will communicate with us?
And
go. Who's here? Can you tell me your name? If there are any spirits here with us, could you tell me your name, please? Maybe you can tell me how many spirits are here with us. You don't have to be afraid of us. We're not here to harm you. We would just like to be able to talk with you, if that's okay. If there are any spirits here, can you tell me your name? Could you say that again, please? Who am I talking with? If you can see me and you're here with us, there's a little black box sitting down here on the ground by this headstone. If you would, please go over and touch it, make it light up. It will not harm you. It'll let us know that you are here with us. Can you do that for me? Just get close to that box and make it light up, please. I hear a lot of voices coming through on the spirit box, but I don't know if there are any of them that are talking with me.
Shush.
My name is Tim. Can you tell me yours? Can you say my name? How many spirits are here with us right now? Yes, my name is Tim. Who am I speaking with? The person that said Tim. Can you tell me your name? Try to use your energy to talk through this device I have in my hand. Did you say your name was Doug? are you there? My name is Tim. I'm doing a video trying to document on this cemetery, the history of it, and see if we can talk with any spirits that are here in this cemetery. Is there anyone that will speak with me? If you can't speak through this spirit box, can you touch this little box on the ground in front of this headstone and make it light up? These devices will not harm you, but they will let us know that you are here with us. Hello? Sounded like I heard my name come through a couple times, and I'm not sure, but when I asked who I was talking with, Doug came through. If there are any spirits here, can you tell me what color shirt I'm wearing? What color shirt am I wearing? Green.
No.
If there are any spirits here this evening, could you tell me what color shirt I have on? Alright, well, I'm going to turn the spirit box off. I don't know what all I had come through, but if you were speaking with me, I appreciate it.
Here. That.
Who's here? Alright, well, we'll listen back to this and see what possibly we were able to pick up. I'm going to switch back over cameras. Go ahead and shut that one off. It did sound like we did have a few things come up through the spirit box. It did sound like I heard my name a couple times, and I heard Greg, and not sure whether, real faintly, it sounded like I may have heard black when I asked what color my shirt was. Kind of listen and see if possibly you may pick up on something that we're not, and if you do, please comment, let us know. There was a couple times while I was doing it, it did sound like I was hearing a voice behind me. Had the K2 meter, it flickered a couple times while we were here at this cemetery. But we didn't get it caught on video, so it's just something that we saw. Now back down straight ahead, it was like a building. It almost looked like a shed, but we went down there to check it out. It happened to be a little mausoleum down here. Braxton, my oldest grandson, and August, my youngest. He kind of got interested in doing paranormal and historical videos a while back, but he wanted to learn about it and how to do it and go on some of it with me, and he's kind of hooked on it now where he likes doing this. He's kind of amazed at some of the things we are able to capture. Be sure to subscribe to our channel, share and like, and if you have any comments, please leave some. Become a fan or a follower of our channel. We haven't done any videos in probably the last month. We've just been kind of regrouping. We've been trying to get a schedule set up to go to some new places, put out some better videos for you all to see. So those will be coming up in the near future here, so keep an eye out for those. Tried looking inside through the glass in the doors, but it's like a smoke glass on it and it's hard to see, so really couldn't see what was in there. Now I did notice when we were leaving, we were fixing to go over to another little section of a cemetery that seems to be not, I guess, hooked up to this cemetery. I'm sure it probably had something to do with it. It may have been a private cemetery, a little small section, like a block, and it was just kind of over on the other side. Had some houses in between where we're at and where that little section of cemetery was. We were going to drive over there and possibly add a little bit more onto this video, but we never did make it over there. So probably do, when we do our next video, we may add that little section into it. But on our way over there, I did notice there's a little, like a pioneer museum that's here, and it's got kind of reconstructed, kind of model size of how the town would look back in the old days. Had a blacksmith shop and a merchant store, and you know, just different things, kind of log cabins. We did see that, and we will be doing a video on that place coming soon, so watch for that one as well. And there are many other historical places, old buildings that date back into the 1800s that we plan on going and visit, do a little documentary on those. So we have a pretty good sized schedule of places we're fixing to go and do videos on. So those will be posted on YouTube on our channel here. They're pretty recent. It won't be too far away because we can only do them as fast as we can. There's a Woodsman of the World's headstone. We would definitely like to have a lot more viewers, fans, subscribe to our channel, share and like, and follow us. Help us build up an audience, because we will be having videos that I believe the fans will enjoy. Most of the ones we've been doing right now have been like of cemeteries, and you know, we're starting to get a few followers you know, that enjoy seeing some of the history or hearing some of the history on a lot of the cemeteries or in some of these communities. So be sure to watch, like I say, subscribe to our channel, share, and like our videos, and see if we can get a bigger fan base. Kind of walking back up towards the entry, back to our vehicle over there. Fixing to wrap this video up. Hope you enjoy this video. I have another video that I will be releasing in probably within the next week. It's where we visited 2 cemeteries. Actually, it wasn't cemeteries. We went to 2 sites that were said to be haunted in Athens, Texas. One was Monkey Bridge, or other words known as Thunder Bridge, where a circus train had derailed. And the other place is Fuller Park. It's supposed to have some history to it. We went there to see if we could communicate with any of the spirits and kind of check out those locations, so be sure to watch that video. This is a big tree stump here. It must have been an awful big tree. It was huge. And I can imagine what it was like trying to cut that thing down if it didn't just decay, rot, and fall down. But I would imagine it would probably damage a lot of the headstones if it did. Well, we're going to end this video and hope you visit on the next one.